Books are knowledge, and knowledge is power. And I am... no, what am I?
Shut up.
You know, the actual lines that this Lex Luthor is saying aren't all that bad. You take these same words and you imagine them in the mouth of a Michael Rosenbaum or a Clancy Brown, and they could come up much better, much classier, much more menacing. Here they're just gibbering and bizarre.
So Clark and Bruce finally meet each other, and they already don't like each other because the script has told them not to. I mean, they disagree over the philosophies of the superheroes they both wank over and are.
Civil liberties are being trampled on in your city. Good people living in fear. Don't believe everything you hear, son.
So publicly denouncing Batman as part of your cover is not what you do. Now you're talking about how great Batman is to everyone.
You're getting about as much press as this Batman fellow.
Well, a guy dresses up like a bat clearly has issues.
Batman gets too much publicity as it is, Vicky.
The Daily Planet criticizing those who think they're above the law is a little hypocritical. What'd you say?
Ow! Wow, that is a good grip. You should not pick a fight with this person.
You're not funny without your props!
How about an envelope to mail your taxes back into the IRS? Okay, great.
So Bruce goes down to get his copy data, since he went down there earlier, and Clark sees that there's been a tragedy in Mexico and goes to help. On his way there, Bruce sees a mysterious woman who distracts him and steals the data from him. Superman saves a young child.
That's good.
Superman accepts the worship of the crowd.
Ooh, that's bad.
And now the talking heads prattle on endlessly because we need stuff for the teaser.
That's bad.
Can I go now?
We have always created icons in our own image. What we've done is we project ourselves onto him.
Really, there's nothing special about what they're saying here. It's the exact same themes we've been setting up. Zack Snyder thinks everyone watching his movie's a moron who can't pick this up. Meanwhile, Wally, the crippled man, is out on bail thanks to Lex Luthor, who also gives him a shiny new wheelchair.
What do you want?
To help you stand for something.
Hey, shut up.
Meanwhile, at the Daily Planet, Clark Kent is defying Perry White and reporting on the Bat Vigilante rather than the other things he's supposed to be reporting on, including the whole reason he went to Lex Luthor's mansion for the party. Meanwhile, Bruce tracks down the mystery woman and they chat for a while.
I didn't steal your drive. I borrowed it. You'll find it in the glove compartment of your car.
Wait, why do you trust this information as being accurate now? She's had it for several hours. She could have tampered with it.
Whoa? Where are we now? We're in the desert. Batman's got goggles. What's happening? Okay, for the record, I know this stuff. I know what this is. This is Apocalypse on Earth, which is a possible future we're dealing with, but if I didn't recognize the imagery, how am I supposed to know what the heck is going on here? How many of you watching this had no idea what was going on?
They show you Batman and his computer, and then...
Desert
hellhole!
Stargate took longer to get to an alien-riddled desert than this.
You have to have transitions, Snyder! This is not a music video! You can't just throw random imagery in random orders at us!
So Batman's found some kryptonite, and he's getting ready to take it, and then everyone turns on him, and suddenly all his employees, because Batman has underlings now, are being killed. Gunning down people is my job! Wow, great fight choreography, Zack Snyder, master of action scenes. Just have everyone stand around waiting for their turn. Yep. There's a reason these scenes are usually shot in the dark.
Everyone must wait and attack the hero one at a time.
I can normally live with that, but not in what's supposed to be dark, gritty, and realistic Batman.
My eyes, the goggles do nothing.
So, Batman's captured, strung up, and dark, evil, serious Superman arrives and kills his man and gets ready to kill him.
She was my world. And you took her from me.
Oh, this is dark, evil Superman now? Sorry, I was having trouble telling.
It really is almost impossible to tell the difference.
Yep, here's your problem. Someone set this thing to evil.
See, this moment should come as a horrible shock. But because Zack Snyder has already been doling out the darkness so heavily, it doesn't really have much impact.
Listen to me now! It's Lois! It's Lois Lane! She's the key! You're right about him! You've always been right about him! Fear him! Find us, Bruce! You have to find us!
Okay, Shyamalan, you're cut off. Not a penny more. Go to refrigeration school or become a locksmith. Do something worthwhile with your life, man.
If you want to know more about what that was, go see more of our movies.
Way to make things worse, Flash.
So someone is sending photos to Clark Kent egging him on about Batman. Batman tracks down the white Portuguese lead and figures out that Lex Luthor is bringing in the hunk of kryptonite. Alfred, at first thinking that Batman wants this so he can destroy it, figures out that he actually wants to use this to kill Superman, and argues with him about it.
He has the power to wipe out the entire human race, and if we believe there's even a 1% chance that he is our enemy, we have to take it as an absolute certainty.
What? He is not our enemy.
Alfred is also known as the rational one in this movie.
You have no idea.
Meanwhile, Lois Lane is still trying to prove that Superman didn't go on a gunning spree. Good use of your time, lady. Then again, given what else they have for you in the movie, at least this is something. So, now it's time for a car chase, with Bruce Wayne running people down, shooting them, killing them, all in the name to make sure that people can't go and kill people.
You hypocrites.
And suddenly Superman is there, wrecking the Batmobile. And there's a scene I can call Hypocrites Ahoy!
Next time they shine your light in the sky, don't go to it. The Bat is dead.
Seriously, neither of these guys are being very heroic.
Do you bleed?
They're both awful.
You will.
Both you! And then one day, your ass!
And both characters deserve better interpretations than this. And luckily have had many more. So because Superman prevented Batman from going on further killing sprees, Lex Luthor gets a hold of the kryptonite chunk. Meanwhile, Senator Finch calls on Superman to appear before Congress. And meanwhile in Smallville, Martha Kent talks to Clark and tells him,
Be their hero, Clark. Be their monument, be their angel. Be anything they need you to be. Or be none of it. You don't owe this world a thing.
And back in the Lois plot, Lois meets with the General from the first movie, and he admits, yes, this was a frame-up and Superman didn't actually go shooting people.
Well, that's good news.
Because this movie needed to be longer. Meanwhile, we find out that Bruce Wayne's checks to Wally have been returned unused, scrolled with anti-Batman, anti-Bruce Wayne statements. I'm not sure if this is Wally or Lex, and I really don't care, because all it means is Wally's angry. The graffiti showed that. We don't need this. How stupid do you think your audience is, Snyder?
That's not really my problem, like they shouldn't have been around that.
Meanwhile, at Congress, Superman arrives, cooperating as he was requested to. What a bastard. Although, he could do without the menace there.
One of the things that I really liked about Man of Steel was how friendly and personable Clark was. Now all of that has been gone, flushed away in the dark wash of Snyder.
I remember when Simpsons made this joke about Man of Steel.
Let us enjoy this pirated copy of Man of Steel. But beware, Superman was never less fun.
Well, he's less fun now. And for the crime of showing up as requested, Superman gets bitched out by Finch. Until she gets distracted by... Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Lex apparently took the time to pee into a glass and used all his fantastic connections to smuggle this into the Senate hearing. Meaning that this serious movie has now devolved to... And a giant bomb goes off, killing everyone in the room. And we'll eventually find out this was Wally's wheelchair given to him by Lex. Also, just before the bomb that Lex knew was there went off, he did this.
You know what, Mercy? You go in and make sure no one takes my seat.
Why? Why do you have to kill another well-known character? What the hell is your deal, Snyder?
You not only aren't going to use these characters decently, You're going to poison them against future use by killing them off for no good reason?
I'd make a joke about you pissing in the pool, but you already did that yourself! Superman, of course, survives the massive explosion, and he just hovers there, way to help look for survivors or put out fires, and then he leaves. Because no one's better at framing Superman than Superman.
Superman!
And Lex comes into his evil criminal lab and figures out that someone stole his kryptonite. We know who stole his kryptonite, but I think Lex does too. He doesn't even seem that bothered by it. Meanwhile, back at their apartment, Clark is talking to Lois and saying that he blames himself. Not for setting the bomb, obviously, but for not having checked for the bomb because I guess he felt too bad about Wally to scan his chair.
Superman was never real. Just the dream of a farmer from Kansas.
But he wanted you to be a farmer. No, he didn't want you to be a hero. He told you don't be a hero, remember?
I just want to do something useful with my life.
So farming, feeding people, that's not useful.
And so he quits being Superman. Yeah, well, second movie's usually when they want to quit, isn't it? That's kind of the pattern.
Believe it or not, even the New York City Police Department has joined the chorus of New Yorkers in hoping for the return of the web slinger.
Will there ever come a time when I've served enough? At least they get a chance for happiness. I only ask as much.
Today I found out what Batman can't do. He can't endure this.
Actually, I'm capable of appointing my successor. My successor being you.
And Nick Nolte just gained a new set of pajamas.
Thanks a lot, man.
Raindrops are falling on my head, and just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit.
And up in the North Pole, Clark runs into a ghost, a hallucination.
Clone? Robot? Suspended animation due to floating around frozen in a block of ice?
A cameo because Zach owed Kevin Costner a favor? I don't know. Wait, did Jonathan just get deposited here by the tornado and floating around for 18 months? That'd be kind of funny. And he just starts telling Clark a story about the time that they shifted a flood and accidentally drowned the Lang's horses, and the screaming horses haunted his nightmares for a long time. But you know, stop and think about this for a second. One of the children on the bus in Man of Steel was Lana Lang. Jonathan Kent was more bothered by the deaths of the Lang horses than the potential death of the Lang daughter.
Well, you see, he wouldn't have had to listen to the little girl scream.
Maybe.
You wonder why I hate this man.
Did the nightmares ever stop? Yeah. When I met your mother.
And then the real terror started.
Screaming Jonathan all the time!
Yes.
I miss you, son. I miss you too, Dad.
I got it! Jonathan Kent is the Batman! And Lex uses the severed fingerprints of Zod's corpse to get his way into the ship. Oh Lord, this is stupid! Can we just bring Richard Pryor in here and bring some dignity?
Welcome.
Why do Krypton's computers run on the honor system?
Yeah, my work PC has better security than this. And the most power I have is to give people $10 fines.
And Lex just wades into the alien waters of forbidden technology. Remember when this was a big deal? Foreign contaminants in the genetics, and screw it, we're going to make ourselves a monster. So the computer just shrugs and gives Lex access to all the knowledge of the universe. I thought Lex learning all the mysteries of the universe at the end of Justice League was stupid.